Can you feel it too? The stagnation of everything. The feeling of nothing ever changing, nothing of note ever happening, just this slow burn decay of everything. I, for one, feel it in the Pokémon franchise. Game Freak, please, please, for the love of God, just make a good one, please! Playing mainline Pokemon over the age of 10 feels like this. I used to be a Pokemon fan when I was younger. I collected the games, I got so many Pokemon games. I could watch the fall off happen in real time by glancing at my shelf. With Pokemon Legends ZA on the horizon, I find myself questioning, why is it so hard for Game Freak to just make a good one? They already did, like 3 times. A company with borderline infinite resources can't find it in their Mobius-like budget to just hire more employees? The shareholder is my favorite cryptid. Unseen, moving from company to company, ruining every good thing in the interest of the financial quarter. Yeah, alright Bigfoot, put the IPs in the bag. Time and time again, I find myself astonished at just how low Game Freak is willing to sink to just push out some shovelware so they can make like a $1 trillion in merchandise revenue. And after 4 generations of this, I'm proud to proclaim from the mountain tops of the Drakensberge, from the bottom of my heart, I am not a Pokemon fan. But if I were to jump back into the franchise, it would have to be for an extra special game. A monumental leap forward for the entire IP. A shining gem of quality in the vast, vast oceans of doodoo dog-ass AAA games. Let me tell you how to make the best Pokemon game ever. In terms of Pokemon, we need an all-new roster till you beat the Elite Four. At its core, Pokemon is about discovering new monsters. Like that's the thing that pulls you in is, wow, what new manner of beast will I ponder over yonder hill? A big reason the new games don't have such a big sense of wonder anymore is because you can just find the same old Machamp on every route like you did in the last 5 games in a row. The cool ones are always the last ones you can find progression-wise too, because they just mush them all in Victory Road. This is why I propose a whole new roster of Pokemon designed to be monsters. I've had enough furry bait, thank you Game Freak, I'm full now, stop making them people! In Sword and Shield, all 3 of the starters just became people. I hate them so much. Diamond and Pearl, Torterra and Empoleon are so cool. They're like actual intimidating monsters. Make them cool again, and don't put Charizard in the game. And another thing, let me actually catch them all. Do you understand the plight of getting your hands on a Volcanion in 2025? I'm this close to homebrewing my DS just to cheat one into my save, since that's like the only way to get one, other than living in the specific North American city that they give out event Pokemon in. The biggest unspoken shadow nerf of being a video game fan is living in Africa. Another big issue we've been seeing recently is the environments are either massive, flat, boring plains with a bunch of T-posing models sliding around them, or they are beautifully crafted and stunning to look at closets. Galar looks really good sometimes, but it's such a bore to explore. I would rather just walk down an actual hallway. For my perfect game, I need focus. I need handcrafted, hand-placed tiles. Nothing less than stunning environments. I need absolutely, under no circumstances, even a hint of a wild area or a big flat plain with nothing to do in it. I want to explore. I want to keep exploring long after I've beaten the Elite Four. I want so much exploration, Elden Ring blushes. I want to enter buildings, talk to unique NPCs, trek over mountains, journey through deserts and swamps, see an actually interesting cold area for once. I don't particularly care what country it's based on or what the culture is like. I just want it big and I want it stunning. Another thing Gen 8 did really well actually was the player customization. My favorite part of these dreary games was finding the clothing store in each new city and slathering myself in Balenciaga. X and Y had it, Sword and Shield had it, Sun and Moon had it, so why is this just not the norm? Sun and Moon even had secret clothes that you could get if you completed challenges. This was awesome. The perfect Pokemon game needs a ton of player customization and expression. Remember in Diamond and Pearl when you could like add smoke effects and texts and stuff when your Pokemon popped out the Pokeball. That was awesome. Expand on that. Let us customize the entire ball even. Like Red Dead's gun customization. Let me put a PNG of Jack Black on my piece. Each gen, for better or worse, has its own little gimmick to make the battles more interesting. The early games were more grounded with their mechanics, like double or triple battles, but then Gen 6 hit and they went sicko mode once. Mega Evolution was goated. Z moves were okay. Dynamax and Gigantamax were just flat out bad. And Terastallizing, if that's even how you pronounce it, is cool in theory, but in practice it's so lame I cannot even bring myself to finish the game. Personally, Mega Evolution is my favorite gimmick, and I don't count double, triple, or rotation battles as gimmicks. Those should just be permanent formats. Mega Evolution was so goated, in fact, they decided to shelve the mechanic almost entirely after one game. Perfect. Love it. Bravo, Game Freak. Not to mention, not a single Gen 6 Pokemon actually got a Mega. Game Freak, just bring it back and have more of it. It would be awesome. I don't know about you guys, but to me, this is just my opinion. This puzzle right here is a little bit too easy for me. This is a controversial statement if you work at Game Freak or R5. I love it when gyms are challenging. They're supposed to be. I don't just want to walk in a straight line and battle like 3 people and then the gym leader, let me do a puzzle or something, please Game Freak. I just want cool gyms that have challenging puzzles and battles in them. My frontal lobe is atrophying like the muscles on my HM slaves. Those poor bastards have not seen the light of day since Gen 6. And speaking of HMs, let me tell you something. An HM is a move Pokemon can learn that lets you actually interact with the environment. Think surf or fly. Mostly just to conquer obstacles or access new secret areas or fast travel. In a stroke of genius or madness or maybe just regular stroking, Game Freak removed the HM system from their games in favor of just having a tool that lets you deal with these obstacles in the key items bag. I wholeheartedly support this since it frees up an entire slot in your party, letting you actually have 6 mons instead of 5 and an all-terrain vehicle shaped like a beaver. Speaking of the whole learnable move thing, why not just let us use TMs forever? Why not just give us more TMs for all the moves? Like, please Game Freak. Controversial statement. I like turn-based combat. Keep the battle system. Love it. Just completely overhaul and fix the new one. My guys are falling through floors. The camera is behind leaves. The ground is uneven. Just let us do what you did in Sword and Shield. I don't need to move the camera myself. If it's just an over-the-shoulder shot between 2 Pokemon, that's fine. Also don't need to be reminded what moves are super effective. I have a memory and I can remember things. I don't need a big green blinking light to tell me which move to use. Okay, my biggest gripe so far. Game Freak, you cannot, in 2025, release a game on the Switch that looks and runs worse than Breath of the Wild. A game published by your same publisher. The Switch has demonstrated time and time again that it can run these games, and it can run them fine. So how on God's green glorious earth have you released Scarlet and Violet in a state where they look as abysmal as this and run like a brand new Bethesda game? The quality standard here has used dive and flown off a building into a crowd of poor onlooking children. This is disgusting. Your characters look so out of place having more care and polish and polygons put into them than even the regions that they inhabit. I can see the fibers in this lady's jeans, but I can't see a tree from 10 meters away. This rock texture repeats a million times, but I can count the individual hairs on this random dude's beard. And the worst part is, I know they'll never get it right, because look at the trailer footage for Legends ZA. This looks like they took Scarlet and Violet and went, you know what, let's just put even more effort into character designs and just use a repeating wall texture for every building in the entire game so we can make the game in 2 years. Great idea, Shigeru. Let's blur the tree textures too. I don't care if it's 2D or 3D. Just make it look good. Give the Pokemon actual expressive animations. Let them interact with the environment. Make the Pokédex an actually useful tool for finding new Pokemon by telling me where to look or giving me hints or something. Last, for no reason other than that's how I typed it in the script, the story. I know I'm not supposed to expect a good story out of a Pokemon game. After all, this is the target audience. But come on, man. I just want an okay one at least. Whichever psychopath was responsible for the Sword and Shield story, whoever wrote these 2 dumbasses, I need you arrested. Never pick up a pen again. You are banished. Make another one like Black and White. Make Make one like Sun and Moon. Obviously, if we're talking about making the best game ever, this gotta be like reading a Sando book. This game gotta have me open mouth scream crying when the credits roll. I want a happy ending too, none of that cliche nonsense where everybody dies. I want side quests, post-game content with Looker, secret agencies, global threats. I want ancient legendary powers only spoken of in legends told by a grandma NPC. I want mythical Pokemon, events with exclusive locations. I want cool legendaries. Sadly though, I know none of this will ever happen. If this video was a book, the genre would be fantasy, because only in my wildest dreams will Game Freak ever make a game this good. They would rather sell off the entire IP and start stuffing actual animals into tennis balls instead. They do not like you, the consumer, they only like your money, and they are playing off of your nostalgia to make billions. I mean, at least you're not playing Overwatch though.